Welcome to the Ninja Legion. I am Cecil Blade.
I'm P-Chan.
And I'm Spider.
And this is Sticky Floors. And before you go there, Spider will explain.
Well, the long and short. This is going to be our movie review segment. And the two things you think of when you think of movie theaters are sticky floors and the AC cranked all the way up. And AC cranked all the way up just doesn't have quite as good of a ring to it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
So sticky floors it is.
On a side note, before we actually went live, there was about 15 minutes of heavy drinking and debate before we came up with that, and that was all Spider.
Yeah,
So,
I had to credit to Spider. It was all Spider.
Really, really sad.
I have epiphanies sometimes. I've done a pretty good job naming shows
Like
thus far.
lightning striking your brain.
Like a bolt of lightning striking my brain.
We'll see. So what is the movie we're reviewing tonight?
Yeah.
Yes. We will actually be reviewing the Lego movie, and everything is awesome.
Correct. Everything is awesome. It actually has
Except Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, Chris Pratt, who's also going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Shaquille O'Neal, Colby Smulders, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I can't think of
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks in it as Wild Style.
Yep.
Will Arnett as
Will Arnett
Batman,
as Batman,
which is hilarious. It's a altogether good movie. It starts out as Charlie Day is a space.
Benny, the spaceman.
Which is fucking.
Oh, we got a spaceship?
No.
We'll get there.
Oh.
Well, the premise of the movie is at the beginning, the businessman.
President Business.
President Business, yes.
Storms pretty much Mordor and stops Morgan Freeman's character Vitruvius.
Yep.
And takes the piece, the
Crackle.
Craggle.
The Crackle.
Craggle.
Craggle.
Which is the ultimate weapon of evil, and he takes it. And before that happens, Vitruvius gives a prophecy of a master builder, the most awesome special Lego man of all time, coming to save the world. Now you enter Emmett, this everyday man, kind of bland construction worker who always follows the rules and follows the instructions to whatever he's done, and he gets the piece, and it's his adventure from being this kind of
piece of resistance.
Yes.
And following him from being this zero kind of uninspired guy with no friends to, going to save this world. I actually watched it. I've watched it twice now since last night, and it's hilarious.
Well, I mean, just to stipulate why we're reviewing it now is it just released on DVD this past Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and saw it in the theater.
I saw it on Xbox Live.
As did I. I saw it in theater.
Xbox Live works.
I cheat.
Oh, okay.
Xbox Live works.
But it's one of those movies that's done well enough that adults will appreciate it, but also children. There's quite a few jokes in there I could not stop laughing at. And it's well done. It's beautiful. It's got a really good message. I will say for anyone over the age of 8, the ending's a little preachy, a little out there.
It's a bit preachy.
But it's a fun ride. As soon as I finished watching it, I ordered it.
I will say my overview of the movie is I enjoyed it. As a kid, when we grew up, it was Legos, not Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
One.
No, it's both.
Yeah, well.
Give me a bucket of Legos any day.
I think I enjoyed that more than my 3-year-old did.
Yes.
She enjoyed it, but not to the level I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Except for the ending. The ending takes you out of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Like,
absolutely takes you out of the movie.
20 minutes sooner, I would have been a much bigger fan of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But remember the SpongeBob SquarePants movie?
No.
I never watched
any SpongeBob.
And P-Chan's alone.
Yes, you are.
It had a very similar.
You're alone in a room full of white men.
I have nothing to say right now.
What a twist!
What a twist!
No, it has a. With my main thing is a movie like that could have been a corporate stale piece of propaganda for the Lego company, and they turned something that could have easily been forgettable and garbage into something hilarious with a lot of character. Mm-hmm. You actually remember all the character.
Absolutely.
It made it worth watching, and it had a positive message, even if that message got a little convoluted towards the end.
Yeah, well, I mean, they put a message in it, which I have to, commend them for trying to do that.
Right.
I'll give them effort. Whether or not that works better for the kids than the adults, that's
Maybe.
perspective. However,
It did give that, and I had to say it when you chalked it up at the end. It's let your child be a child.
Mhm.
I mean, everyone needs structure and order, but let your child imagination grow.
Exactly.
And that was the theme of the movie. Even when you had like Emmett, who always follows the rules and does everything by the book, and the master builders, which are the heroes who constantly build anything that comes to their mind, and you had
It's a
this
double-decker couch, so we can all watch movies together.
Yes.
So wait, if you're sitting on the bottom, all you see are legs, and what if you're on the top and you got to get down? You got to crawl over someone else and go down the side. Like, it's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of.
But it saves them.
Right, and it tells you guys who think outside the box or have every now and then you need a stupid idea, and that's a great message to give to kids. Every now and then you got to do things outside.
Every
the
now
box.
and then, a stupid idea is
It
worthwhile.
works.
We are the Ninja Legion. No.
We were a stupid idea with
Listen.
alcohol. It's fantastic.
And it's gone all rather well.
I guess some of the other cool things, like they reach out and they kind of dip their fingers in all the different franchises that they have the rights to. So you see Ninja Turtles in there, you see DC Heroes in there,
You know who you didn't see?
any of the Marvel heroes.
Any Marvel
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah, Disney's was not having any of that.
No.
Yeah, but you saw Star Wars there.
Yes.
That's true. They did have Star Wars in there.
Actually, that's very true.
Was
They
it
had the
was
Millennium
that
Falcon.
developed prior to the Disney acquisition?
I think
Because
it may have been.
Lego Movie's been in production. Correct me if I'm wrong. For 4 years.
That's
Yeah.
true. They probably had that before the acquisition.
Exactly. So
So you got Star Wars, but no Marvel. But that's fine.
Well, I love that they had Lando,
Billy D. Williams,
Billy D. Williams, and the voice of C-3PO in the movie,
Anthony Daniels.
but no Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
he's too busy hurting his ankle on set.
I think he broke it. in my
Oh,
memory.
he did. He did
broke
break
it.
it. Is
Yeah.
that the official? Okay.
Yeah.
Go get him, Han Solo.
But all in all, it was a and it was gorgeous.
It was. I think cinematically rendering and all the CG data, and most of them were actually real Legos.
Yes.
To my knowledge.
The funny thing is, what bothered me, this is aesthetically bothered me, the entire movie, Emmett, the main character, has a fingerprint on his chest. You can actually see the outline. It bothered me the entire movie.
I think that was supposed to be like foreshadowing for the end of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it just, I was like,
Yeah.
you can see you can see like right across right here is a fingerprint, and I'm just like, why is it still there?
Your OCD was killing you, wasn't it?
Hardcore.
Yeah. I rather enjoyed the movie all the way until the acid trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't.
Yeah.
No,
I was really into it, and it did really take me out.
It
But I
was.
guess-
I consider that a pacing error. Like everything was going full speed and it was ramping up, and then suddenly it just goes, and I'm like, what? That, huh? It was very strange. It took you out of the movie completely.
It took all ages out of the movie because I watched my 3-year-old completely look at me and ask me a completely random question, not remotely anything related to the movie, just because it brought you out of the movie so quick.
Yeah.
That.
But I feel like if they resolved some part of the movie,
I almost thought it was the end of the movie.
yeah.
To be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
And I went, well, that ended abruptly.
If they had resolved it, and then put that part at the very end as kind of
Like
like the
credits?
like the moral. That was what it was about. That's fine. Like once the movie's over and you don't really have to sit through it, but you find your moral and your center place from it, that would be fine. But it's one of those Hollywood-esque plot moves that just momentum gone. There's
Like Sixth Sense.
yeah, exactly. There's no getting back from it. And I got to tell you, even as the movie ended, I was still like,
You're still taken out of it.
right,
I was like, it was good except for the end.
right. Which is
The last 20 minutes, I knew where they were going.
But-
I thought it was a great idea, regardless if it was Will Ferrell or not. I thought it was a great idea to try to do that, but they
Right.
I think they transitioned wrong.
It was a
Completely wrong.
poor transition.
So I mean, we can talk about how we didn't like the end. Of
Yeah.
the movie. What were some of your favorite things about the movie? Because I know my top 2: Batman song.
Yes.
Yes,
The Batman song was great.
that was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. I actually had tears in my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
And my other favorite part was Benny, the spaceman.
The spaceman, yeah.
Spaceship.
Yeah.
All he wants to
It
do,
was Charlie, and all he wanted to do was build a spaceship.
and the entire movie, they're like, no, you.
Spaceship, and he starts building it, and they're like, no, and then he just kicks it and it falls apart.
So you're not going to use the really awesome spaceship that I just kind of built? No. Oh. You're literally letting the air out of my tank.
And they finally get to it, and it's like, 1980s technology, finally something I can work with.
I love the cracked
was
helmet
great.
because when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I had a helmet
You
that
always
was
had
cracked-
that. That
cracked
was
out the
always a
front.
thing.
I had to say I liked Channing Tatum as Superman, and then give me a second.
Wonder Woman, Green Lantern.
Jonah Hill as the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I was like,
And Superman despises Green Lantern the entire movie. At one point, he even asks for kryptonite to kill himself because he gets locked up next to Green Lantern, and that cracked me up the entire time. That and Unikitty.
Unikitty, oh my.
that was some
When Unikitty
crazy.
gets angry is the best thing ever. And I'm really, that is something that I'm very disappointed that they did not make in actual Lego form.
True.
There was no angry Unikitty.
No. The voice of that was the I can't remember the actress's name. Alison Brie
Oh, okay.
from Community. She's
yeah,
Annie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Alison Brie. And
Was
then they also had,
hilarious. Unikitty cracked me up. Morgan Freeman was fantastic.
I think it was great in that.
He cracked me up.
yeah.
It's there's a lot of things going on. I will say though,
I really just made that up.
as someone who's played with Legos for years, there's a lot of play sets I did not see in it.
Yeah,
From
no,
my era, I will say.
I would agree with you because back when I was doing Legos in the early '90s, late '80s, you had the original medieval set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had the Western set. The horses, I was glad to see.
Yeah.
I was actually glad to see that.
I even love the fact that Emmett, since he didn't know how to ride a horse, he was riding it bareback and he kept riding sideways.
Uh-huh. I like the
Oh shit!
I like the throwback to the trains because no one realized Lego actually had operating trains.
Yes,
They still do. And they're actually some of the more popular sets.
they're expensive.
Those
they're
and ships.
extremely
Because people who love boats really love boats.
They had the Pirates of the Caribbean set, like the Black Pearl and
Well, the original Pirate set was awesome.
yeah.
The old
The-
Pirates one?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I had a few
Yeah.
of those. The Islanders.
I wanted to get the
yes,
Flying
thank you.
Dutchman.
The Islander set.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, what is it? The pirate Metalbeard.
Yeah.
They actually do have his ship you can get, the Sea Cow.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you-
released
you-
it. It's one of the more expensive sets, but they do have.
All the ships are expensive.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to get the Black Pearl, and I was like, nah.
I don't know. I'm still behind on my Lego sets, but
Well, that was voiced by who's the guy? See, my problem is if I'm not put on the spot, I remember the from Community. What's his name? The manly man.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head.
See, the best
Nick,
thing is
isn't it Nick something?
Swanson.
Nick Swanson.
I want to say so.
Is it Swanson?
I want to say so. I could be wrong.
I'm not
It's
one.
the guy who plays Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson.
Swanson,
Yeah, but
right.
I thought his first name was Nick.
From
I
Parks and
could be
Recreation.
wrong.
It's fantastic. Like, there's a lot of great actors in this movie, and
And there's also some subpar actors in this movie.
But yes.
like who?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Hayden.
No,
Ferrell
all right,
does-
come
when
on.
he's on
name
point,
me
he's-
name me one good Will Ferrell movie.
Hold on, real quick. You're thinking of Nick Offerman.
Offerman. I was
Correct.
right with the Nick part.
Nice. And that
Name me
was
one good Will Ferrell movie.
And you,
One. Name me one.
Anchorman.
Talladega Nights.
Elf.
the only movie that I really liked that he
Come
was like
on.
a major character in was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where he was Marshall Willenholly.
Old school.
Old school. Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
he's the same character in like all of those movies, though.
Christopher Walken.
Marky Mark.
Same character in every.
John
fucking
Malkovich
movie.
plays himself in everything. He's the same guy in everything.
Marky Mark. Yeah. Transformers.
Wahlberg,
yeah, there you go. Wahlberg.
Tom
The
Cruise plays
Transformer.
himself in everything.
Yes, but Tom Cruise has one distinct advantage over everybody else. he has a tooth dead center. And once you realize that, you can never unsee
Never unsee it. It's tragic.
it. Gotcha.
Well, my thing is, will they actually release a sequel?
They can't.
It's Lego. They can do whatever the hell
I mean,
they
they
want.
could, but it's not going to be like a direct sequel.
It really shouldn't be a sequel. It should be another spin-off.
Spin-off.
Yeah, they could do another Lego movie, but
Right.
it wouldn't be. It couldn't be the same characters. It couldn't be the same story.
Yeah, it really couldn't
Like,
because
it
they
would
kind of
have to
closed
be
it.
Lego Movie 2, something else.
Rise of the Duplos.
Oh, Lord.
The Duplo movie. Yeah.
I actually do kind of like the throwback to that.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool.
We also make Duplo for little kids.
I used to have Duplo when I was a kid, and I gotta tell you, they're brutal. You think stepping on a Lego's bad? Step on a Duplo, not only does it hurt, but it twists. That's a fall and a half.
What
Thing
the
is,
twist?
Duplo are typically big enough that you can see them, though.
Yeah,
Unless you're drunk and it's dark.
and it's
Yeah,
shag pile carpet.
Drunken.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have a lot of Duplo blocks around your house being drunk?
You know what? All right, while we're on the subject,
Surprised.
we all know that stepping on a Lego blind is the worst thing you can do.
True.
Okay, now you go to that, and the worst Lego, because I own one of the original space sets
Oh,
where they
yeah.
first introduced the clear Lego.
Yeah.
Oh Lord!
Yep.
Even in broad daylight, all lights on, you didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
You clocked that. Whoa!
Stealth camouflage. That wasn't the way to go.
Yeah, that didn't work well. That did not work well at all.
I will say the one thing I really liked about the Lego movie is they moved like actual Legos. Like at one point, Emmett does jumping jacks,
Yeah.
but he can't put his arms out, so he's just kind of like doing this number. And I
Yeah.
was like, I can fully appreciate that they kept with the Lego.
The
theme
Lego
throughout
movement.
the
Not,
entire
not,
thing.
not like they do with the Lego TV shows where it's the
They
Lego
can do everything.
shape, but they can still move everything.
Right.
And
I mean, even the effects like smoke was Lego pieces floating
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Water was
I
actual.
thought that was very
fire
good.
was a bunch of the little Lego fire
Yeah.
pieces.
Oh yeah,
and-
it was brilliant, and I just like
Yeah.
as soon as it came on, humongous smile on my face.
You did have a smile through the entire movie.
Oh yeah,
Until the
end.
last.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got a few minutes left, so let's rate the movie. Okay. Story-wise, I thought it was a pretty good story until the end.
if
Yeah.
And
If-
even then, they tried to get a moral to the kids. I understand that.
I get that they're trying to get a moral to the kids, but it really felt forced.
it did,
Mm-hmm.
like they had already gotten through the script, and someone's like, so we need a
Wheel
but,
of morality.
learning is
turn,
half the
turn,
battle.
turn.
Like knowing is half the battle. We need one of those. Come on. No, if I were to give it a
Body
story up
massage?
until a certain point, I'd say I'd give it an 8 out of 10. If I had to, up until the end, and I don't think
Just overall.
overall.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you,
It'd almost be
ignore
perfect.
the end of the movie,
But you can't ignore the end of the movie. We're reviewing it as a whole.
The hell I
Yeah.
can't.
you know, whatever I want.
True.
I can pause it, fast forward, and then pick up where things pick back up.
True.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Spider?
Again, ignoring the end of the movie, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. With the actual end of the movie, probably dropped it down to like a 6 or a 7.
I was about to say probably a 6.
I would definitely agree with you. The last 20 minutes kills the movie.
It really does. It ruins the story.
I would say with the end of the movie, I would be willing to rate it a 7 because I knew what they were trying to do. They just didn't execute it well.
No.
As
They
far as
chose
up
poorly.
until the last 20 minutes, that movie was almost a 10.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed that movie every step of the way.
Like I said, I watched the first 20 minutes of it and bought it before I even finished the movie.
That's saying something.
Oh yeah, because P-Chan doesn't buy very many movies, not unless he's one to watch them multiple times. As far as actors goes, that you get to 10 across the board, for me.
Even with Will Ferrell?
Even with Will Ferrell, I don't hate him as much as either one of you. And he played his part.
I will give him that. He did play his part.
It was well done. I think out of everything
You know what?
he's
You know what it
done-
reminds me of? It's like what was that one serious movie he tried to do?
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah,
I love that movie. I own it.
that was the only Will Ferrell movie I could tolerate watching. But I don't portray him as a serious actor. I still can't do that.
True.
He's too much Saturday Night Live for me.
I can tolerate Will Ferrell more as strictly a voice actor than I can as a physical actor. Like to have him live action, I don't like because like when he was on the Oblongs, that TV show, I didn't mind that show even though he's the dad.
Yeah,
but like just him as a person, I'm just like you just play the same thing all the time.
Right.
It just doesn't do anything. Acting for me, 7 again probably because it's just basically the Hollywood comedic community just blowing each other.
Yeah.
Though I will say Chris Pratt's coming up as being able to do it very well. Yeah. Well, buy or no buy?
Oh, I already bought it.
I already bought it.
I mean, it was I enjoyed the initial ride of it. I don't think it's something that I find myself watching repeatedly, so I would go no buy.
I would say buy if you have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have kids, it's probably great, but I don't have kids, so not for me.
Okay.
It's another movie I can tolerate besides Frozen.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Tune in next time when we talk about Frozen. No. Well, I think we ought to wrap up this session of Sticky Floors.
Sticky Floors.
Sticky Floors. So, thank you for joining us. This is the Ninja Legion. I am Cecil Blade.
I'm P-Chan.
And I'm Spider.
Have a good night.